All right, so listen. If you don't know who this is, you know, I would have to ask, where have you been on YouTube, especially if you are a known YouTuber and you've been an uploader, or even if you're not an uploader of videos, if you're just somebody who likes to get political news, or just for whichever reason you come to YouTube. This is a pretty well-known YouTuber here. His name is Brandon Tatum. I like to call him AKA Chicken George. This is the manifestation of a plantation Negro. As you can see from his t-shirt, he loves his masters regardless of orange tint, white tint. If it's white, it's right for Chicken George over here. And so he does a video. So Chicken George does a video talking about the Starbucks situation. He opens up his video and he's very passionate about, I will never go to another Starbucks again, as a matter of principle and right, because I'm all about everyone. I love everyone. See Chicken George here? He's just like Van Jones, okay? So you got Van Jones, who is that old Negro on the plantation. They usually give him fiddle. They call him Fiddler. And you got Chicken George here and Brandon Tatum, who they've been broken by the masses. They will never leave the plantation. Even when they're set free, they will stay on the plantation, implement the master's rules that has been handed down to them through generations, and then they will perpetuate, keeping their head down, buck dancing, backsliding, and will never stand for anything other than what is dictated and predicated by white society. So Chicken George does this video where he talks about how he's going to boycott Starbucks, and the reason why he's going to boycott Starbucks is not the reason why a lot of our black parishioners, black leaders in the community are trying to get us to basically take our dollar, our black dollar, and not put it into Starbucks, a company who has had multiple in it. Now, as they're starting to uncover, news cycles are starting to uncover, there are multiple reports of racial incidences occurring at Starbucks. So, never mind that. But Chicken George over here wants to boycott Starbucks because he feels, okay, and this is his words, he feels that the CEO of Starbucks is not standing up for its employees. Whew. Oh, Chicken George, Chicken George, Chicken George. So yeah, this is an African American man. He will probably tell you that he is not African American. He is American first. He wants to make America great again. He actually supports the slave catchers in the police force. He is the epitome of what it means to be a slave catcher. As you can, if you go to his videos and you go to his comment sections, you will see that he has collected a mass amount of fraudulent ass Negroes and sisters. Yes. I'm sorry, I can't get. You guys don't get off either. Who support Chicken George? You know, who live in this la la land and this hallucination and this fantasy world that if you just do whatever the white man tells you to do, they will eventually love you. I mean, so totally misguided and has absolutely no understanding that no matter what you do, no matter how far you rise in business or how much money you make, you are still black first to them. And you will always be black first to them and a secondary citizen, probably not even a thirdary citizen to them. Did you not? See, here's the thing. When you got guys like this, like Chicken George, and you got Fiddler and Van Jones, and you got Sheriff David Clark, right? They all get their moment. They all get their moment. And when they do, they come knocking on our door back to the community talking about save me. Save me. No, we ain't gonna save you. So back to Chicken George, because see, I could go in on about what's really wrong with him, but the fact it behooves me that someone like this can actually get on camera, show his face, right, and think that nothing should be ever said to him, or he should never ever. He actually has the audacity to get on camera. Now, he has been interviewed by Fox News. So when I tell you that, you should understand Fox News, okay, which isn't even news, it's propaganda, and it's quote unquote state news. And if you look into what state news is in reference to, just go to the hundreds of dictators around the world. They have state news. Okay, if he's being propped up by Fox News, then you should run your black asses the furthest away from him as possible. But should not. I see a lot of the brothers and sisters in his comment section saying, right on, way to go. That's right. Black people always complain. These are black people in his comment section. They always complaining about something. This is why on YouTube especially, and on several other social media platforms, there is an uprising, a wave of coonism that is unlike anything I have ever seen. See, we knew that there were coons that existed in this world. Like Colin Powell is a bona fide coon. See, I remember growing up and my pops used to sit there, and I remember the first time I ever saw, I saw a man in uniform, military man in uniform, and I remember watching TV and my pops, I was like, man, that's like, yo, he's rising through the ranks, and I'm like, this is great. And my dad looked at me, he told me, he said, yeah, that's what we call a coon, son. See, that, he has buck danced his entire life to get to where he is. And I literally, I was like, huh? Like, I didn't understand. See, I'm a young man at the time. He's like, no, let me give you a couple things. I want you to read his books. I want you to understand his ideology and the way he sees the world. You'll start to understand. That brother ain't for us. Just because they wear a uniform and they get stripes, just because they're given a suit and a platform like Van Jones, that don't mean they for us. When they start speaking that, we must love everybody, because that is just the innate propaganda that's been forced upon our people, that our plight that comes dead last. We must worry about everybody else's plight. The gays' plight, the Jewish community's plight, everybody else. We have to worry about their plight first. Then when our plight comes up, and when we need to discuss and have conversations about what needs to change in our situation, well, we should get over it. And what they do is the system, right, that creates this these propaganda points and these talking points, they prop up and elevate Negroes like this. They allow Negroes like this to be the voice for the so-called black community. I don't know his community. I don't understand his black community. I know the black community I grew up in, but I don't know this black community, okay? I am college educated. I have never been arrested. I have never gone through any of the things that they will try to, that corporate media will try to tell you that plagues our community. I have never had or experienced any of that. I have traveled the world throughout my life. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful son. I am very highly successful. I don't have any of those types of problems. Yet, I know that this world is not. We are the world. We are the children. Everyone hold each other's hands. I don't know what Van Jones be talking about. Okay? I don't get Van Jones. I don't understand Chicken George over here. Chicken George is speaking gibberish to me when he starts talking that, oh, well, it's, I'm about all Americans. Every American needs. Well, when Americans are all about us, then come talk to me, Chicken George. Until then, I don't know what to tell you. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. And if we don't keep eye on these dudes, like, I'm being honest, if we don't keep an eye on these guys, that wave that everyone's talking about, like you have the far right is worried about this wave of this massive blue wave that's coming, which is inevitable. It is the way the system works. Usually, 9 times out of 10, any incoming president, if they're Democrat or Republican, midterms usually tend to sway opposing to them. That's just the natural way it is. Now, because of Donald Trump and his retardism and his functional retardism, he's definitely, the wave is going to be a lot bigger than it normally would be. Okay? But this shit, when people talk about the blue wave, I'm not super excited. I don't get all crazy. Okay? Because we still got to deal with Chicken Georges like this. Okay? Chicken Georges like this, and Sheriff David Clark, and Van Jones, these down the middle, soft shoeing, tap toe. I mean, these dudes still do exist. These brothers still exist. They don't go away. They're recruiters. They're agents. See, you got Van Jones, who is down the middle, and he wants the black people who don't want to make waves. And then you have Chicken George's over here. You know, this one, who's all about denial everything. I want to propagate that system of subjugation that's been levied against your people. Yes, I want it. Don't fight back. Don't talk back. Don't say anything. Love the flag. Love whatever they do to us. And also, and whatever you do, love your master. That's what Chicken Georges do.